You don't say to mama, you don't read, oh. Says the tracking angel. You don't boast to mama, you don't cut. Now chain you the cut. Okay, now make I use my microscope, scan a reality scan, nigga area Biafra phobia mentality. See, set Mazin Namdi Kanu free. One war. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, most I Jaja bless Biafra, Chukwu Kika Biama bless Biafra, conscientiousness bless Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Started in 1804 by Utman Danfodio, Rinom go be to Sokoto, Boo, Sa Amadou Bello, they massacred the Hausa, Marigi and Pura. What about the Shua, Zamfara and Adamawa? Referendum is the voice of everyone. Real freedom, Yahweh must be done on the land. Simon, they don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. Most I Jaja bless Biafra. Chukwu Kika Biama bless Biafra. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. They tried by the canories, these reckless Fulanis. They conquered the Lawrence, fooling. They killing in Benue every day. Niger State and Plateau State, the whole of Middle Belt State every day. Our move, don't do. Say we move, but now we move. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. Most I Jaja bless Biafra. Chukwu Kika Biama bless Biafra. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. We know that they are the...
All right. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I greet you all, fellow Biafrans, and I bring you good tidings. Raphael Chiamaka Jerry is my name. By the grace of God, the acting minister of information, Biafra Republic Government in Exile. By the grace of God, I also double as the armor bearer of the Prime Minister. Never shy away from that, because we are fighting for the freedom of God's own people, the Biafran people, and we will do it to the last drop of our blood. Thank you very much. This afternoon, some updates that will interest you, that you should know. First, I want to start from this write-up I see from our number one allied nation, the Ambazonian people. The Amba News wrote about a few hours ago. You know, they said, in the light of recent arrest of Ambazonian leaders in Minnesota, it may be time for the Ambazonian lobby firm, the same lobby firm that Brigi had been using, the Moran Global, are the same lobby firm that Ambazonian are using. That's why you have the picture of this young man here, Elias Gerasolis. Now, Ambazonia, they are not ready for the pranks and all the photo ops going up and down, especially what we see that shameless, hopeless idiot doing with Biafra. Now, I want you to know, in the light of recent arrests of Ambazonian leaders in Macedonia, it may be time for Minnesota, it may be time for the Ambazonian lobby firm to reconsider its strategy. Instead of focusing efforts in Washington, they could explore lobbying for Ambazonia outside the USA. Are you guys following? This is coming from Ambazonian people. They have had enough of the stories of Washington. Instead of focusing effort in Washington, D.C., they could explore lobbying for Ambazonia outside the USA, particularly by engaging with Russia. Can you see that? Particularly by engaging with Russia. The West, led by the United States, has an imperialist agenda that perpetuates neo-colonial exploitation in Africa, especially in Cameroon and Nigeria, where their interests are secured through leaders like Paul Biya and Bola Tinubu. Convincing the US to change its stance is likely a daunting task unless those interests are challenged. Currently, Russia is positioning itself as a potential liberator for Africa. By supporting the call to address the root causes of the conflicts between Cameroon and Ambazonia at the negotiation table, Russia could provide a significant ally. If the lobby firm were to approach Russia with the Ambazonian cause, it could create pressure on Western imperial powers, especially if they realize that Russia is siding with the oppressed. Please note that this is just a personal perspective. Biafra and Ambazonia in our blood. Biafra and Ambazonia in our blood. Biafra and Ambazonia in our blood. This is the news station that propagate the news for the Amba people, and they are tired of all the cha in Washington, D.C. They need to show working. And if they must show working, it has to be very, very loud. And now they tagged all these people, and then they put the picture of this fellow here to show you how serious they are. Very important. Very, very important. Now, and that's one of the updates that I saw, and I said, no, I have to bring it to you so that you will understand that, look, we are not the only one concerned about all this cha. There are our sister Ambazonia are also very much interested. So let me go and see some other updates that you need to see. Yeah, there's so many updates, and there is this, my goodness me, this particular one, we know about this, but we need to come back here because things are happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Things are happening in the zoo called Nigeria. We know this man, this Navy officer, his name keep escaping me. Is he Olawoye? Or he was a Navy officer. And then his interview keeps springing up. And one thing you must know is that this man is no longer in the shore of Nigeria. His life has not been at peace. They will target him, and the next thing they will do is to eliminate him. And this man is actually not freely moving in Nigeria. He has, relocated, obviously. And then the truths he said here are some things we must always pay attention to. Yes, for us to change the narrative, we must revisit this particular exposition from this man. Let's listen to him before we bring other updates.
I've served the military intelligence for the past 35 years. It has always been the case. Our problem is religion and social-cultural. I mean, people will expect me to come here and start talking about kinetics, about operation and so on. I've been an operational commander all my life. I've commanded warships, I've commanded troops, I've commanded men outside Nigeria and so on. But I'm not going to come to your station to discuss kinetics. The problem is not kinetics. In 2017, 2016, I'm always a member of the Security and Intelligence Brief at the Defense Headquarters. I said the center of gravity of Boko Haram and insurgency in Nigeria are the sponsors of that program. It was beyond us, because the job we need to do is kinetics, fight, destroy places, resolve issues. Yep. But we cannot resolve issue of sponsors of Boko Haram that were in Buhari's government, that we know them.
When you say we, who
I was in the military intelligence, and the defense headquarters staff that I work with, they know. And that was why we couldn't pursue that aspect that could have resolved that problem, because you need to arrest people. And recently, 400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Why is it that the government has refused to try them?
400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Up to today, those people are still in the government. They were not tried. In fact, oh my goodness me, I just want to throw a salute to one of our comrades who is doing exceptionally well, Marcel Okocha. Marcel Okocha have been dropping videos upon video. The last one Marcel Okocha dropped, of which the news got to us actually, but Marcel Okocha is doing a good work. Thank you, Marcel. Marcel actually exposed another one that happened in Katsina recently. The terrorist gang leader that went into Katsina Mosque and murdered over 30 Muslims because they were speaking up and asking, why are these people not being arrested? The terrorists went in and murdered over 30 of them. They were Muslims also, but they had the conscience to speak up. Do you know what is happening today in Katsina State? Do you know what's happening today? The government, DSS, I hope Finland are listening. I hope, oh my goodness me. Why is this world full of wicked people? They are gathering right now in Katsina and they are having meeting with the terrorist man that unalived 30 Muslims in their mosque. Now, they want to make peace with terrorists. Terrorism is becoming a normal business in Nigeria. A normal business in Nigeria. And when we speak to confront them headlong, some of you are busy gossiping on the social media. Terrorism has become a normal day-to-day activity. In fact, terrorists are being welcomed and given front seats in communities. Terrorist governors are the best governors in Nigeria. This man, Olawole, is that his name? Somebody remind me of his name. He is asking, why is it that 400 people exposed as terrorist sponsors? Why is it that they are not being brought to book in Nigeria? Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is still in the dungeon, even though he has been free. There's another video we need to look into. Marcel also did a good job at that. The lady judge that freed Mazin Nnamdi Kanu from the appeal court that the Nigerian government overturned and kept holding Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. She has come out and she spoke. She wrote a book. In fact, Marcel Okocha played it. Me, I want to analyze it. I cannot analyze it in 10 minutes. So for that reason, I'll just play a clip of that. Then later when I will have the time, we will listen to everything that woman had to say and we will analyze it one after the other. You will understand. Nigeria's days are numbered. Nigeria days are numbered. If you are busy doing church, your days will be numbered like that of Nigeria. So we are going headlong. That's why when I say we need these 100 men to gather with us tonight and to do the needful, our dragon must come out. Odogu must come out. Yes, next month. He must come out. And our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu must come out. Yes, next month. There's no reason why a country that is normalizing terrorism, Kule Olawumi, thank you. Thank you, my sweet Helen. There's no reason why a country that is now legalizing terrorism will be holding a man who is against terrorism. And the whole world will be quiet about it. And Finland will be holding our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. So when we sort this other issue out, let me see the mouth with which they will hold our Prime Minister. When we sort this other thing out, we will know. And we know the mouth that Finland will use and say our Prime Minister is leading a terrorist group. There's nobody that doesn't know that Nigeria is a terrorist country. There's nobody that doesn't know. This man, he worked with Nigeria for Nigeria all his life. He actually admitted on camera that he actually killed for Nigeria. He admitted on camera. And I'm telling you that that problem is there. He's not the only one saying it. We are going to combine what he said here to what that other lady that freed Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, and yet they're holding Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Now, not so much talk because some videos are here for me to play. So let's allow Mr. Kunle to finish what he's saying. 400 people had been exposed. Why are they not arresting them and judging them?
That I work with, they know. And that was why we couldn't pursue that aspect that could have resolved that problem. Because you need to arrest people. And recently, 400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Why is it that the government has refused to try them? You remember this Boko Haram issue started since 2012. Yeah. And I was in the military intelligence that time. We arrested those people. It is my organization that actually conducts interrogation and interview. And they mention names.
Mention names.
I mean, I can't come on the air and start mentioning names of people that are presently in government now that I know. Presently in government. That the boys that we arrested mentioned. Some of them are governors now.
Hey!
Some of them are in the Senate. Some of them are in Aso Rock. Why
have they not been tried? All right, let's see. There's another video I want to play. Hey, this one is funny, but it's quite interesting. I want you to listen to this. Honestly, Nigeria, you people are finished. It's funny, but it's actually very. You need to know that this is the reality in Nigeria right now. This is listen to the reality, the real picture in Nigeria right now. Oh my God! Now listen to this. Everybody know who Pablo Escobar is. Nigeria is being governed by another form of Pablo Escobar, and they're not. The people are saying it. Listen.
Why will El Rufai's son call the president Escobar?
In fact, maybe they have been doing business together.
Because it's not the first time he's calling him that, and nothing has happened.
What will happen?
Does anyone have any right to call the president such a derogatory name?
No.
And the person is still working free?
Somebody answers Escobar. Is that one Mexican?
He's a notorious Colombian drug lord. He has become a nickname used online by opponents of the president. The nickname is rooted in long-standing allegations from the 1990s when Chinua was linked to a drug trafficking investigation in the United States.
So let him clear his name, Abby. Yes, now let him clear his name. It's as simple as that.
Who should clear his name? The president.
If you know that name you don't bear it, then go to court or you clear it.
The case is in court. You've heard him enforce and impose on the U.S. court not to disclose any record. They should continue to redact his name from any record. The FBI and the DEA.
That means the name remains.
The Escobar name remains?
Of course, once you clear it.
The president has distanced himself from that, and that's why he's in court.
No, he have not. The thing has not been cleared. You didn't hear me.
He actually sought the assistance of a Philadelphia PR firm.
It has not been cleared. He's just fighting that to make sure that this thing is not revealed. That means there is element of truth there. Esther, I mean, even a child of yesterday knows that yes, the effort Tinubu is putting on this matter, we tell you that there is something there.
That is the country you are seeing today. The president is being called openly Pablo Escobar. No, I want to ask Alexander Stop. Just imagine. Yeah, your country, people will know you in your country as Pablo Escobar. You know who Pablo Escobar is? And officially, even there is a recent news now that just came out yesterday. Tinubu is still putting pressure, mounting pressure on America, on FBI. Please don't release my file, my drug case file in America. So that means the name remains. Your president is what? Pablo Escobar. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who is a whiter than white and whiter than snow man, is in dungeon while a Pablo Escobar is president. We have many things to deal with Finland when we get to the appeal. That's why, please, oh my God, I don't know why. You know, the thing is that this end time, there are so many people of our people that have been possessed by a demon. Do you understand? Because the recent one is just shocking me. That people like us are making effort to get people to get this job done, to remove any obstacle and face Finland in the court of appeal with their terrorist verdict. Let's face them headlong with the terrorist verdict. Let's see why they will not beg us and pay damages to our prime minister. Listen to me. Finland will beg Brigi and they will pay damages to Simon Ekpa for ridiculing him, for humiliating him, and for wasting his time. And that will be enough money for us to do some certain things in Biafra land. Yes, Finland will pay us. And that money they are going to lose as they pay Simon Ekpa for damages, if they want to get it back, we can also help them. Yes, we can help them. We can help them with some oil and reduce price for them. Because we're going to negotiate that anyway, because Biafra must come. So Finland will pay Simon Ekpa damages, and we will use that money for immediate needs in Biafra land, and then Finland, if they want to gain back and maybe flourish again and be, stable again, because I know they need money. That's why they are playing gimmicks with Nigeria, will also help them. You understand? But right now, please, let us do something. Let us do something. Let's come together and do something. This appeal must be a victorious one for our Prime Minister. And anybody that is working and fighting to invalidate or rough handle the appeal or make it not to hold water, the superior being, in whose eyes, before whose eyes, Dimodimego Juku fought and was sabotaged, before whose eyes, Mazen Namdekano fought and they tried to sabotage him, before whose eyes, we now have a finisher and they want to sabotage it. We are going to run naked and run mad and say, over our dead bodies, are we going to allow these idiotic mushrooms stop us from getting this freedom for Biafrans? We have had enough of this suffering. We have had enough. Now we hear the news that Mazen Namdekan is struggling again with his health. What kind of nonsense is this? Let's listen. Oh my God, this one. Oh, I have two videos to show you. I have one about Chinua Achebe and another one about Zeke, the shameless Zeke. First and foremost, how many minutes do I have? Let me see if I can play those two videos. Let's listen to Zeke. Let's listen to this shameless Zeke. And then after we listen to Zeke, I will listen to Chinua Achebe. Let's go.
On Friday, September 5, 1969, I alighted at the Lagos airport at 2 p.m. and I spent the next 21 days in visiting the capitals of the 12 states of Nigeria, including 4 university towns and certain parts of the liberated areas of former East. It has made it clear to me that all of us have now realized the mistakes we made in the past by fighting one another. There is a general feeling, which is widespread, that all are now determined to turn a new leaf and help repair the damage we have inflicted on ourselves.
Waka on your grave.
Not only that, there is now a deep-seated desire to have effective central government which will hold the federation intact so that in the future no component of it shall be in position to challenge the fatherland.
Fatherland Bogeba. Waka on your grave.
The world has been shocked that an enterprising people like the Igbo have been tongue-tied and emasculated, that they have allowed tyrants to blindfold and hoodwink them, so that in a war alleged to be fought for their survival, more than 1.5 million children of their country had died of starvation and disease. It sickens me to see the advertisement of skeletal Biafran babies on the pages of newspapers and on the TV screens, begging for charity and relief. It hurts my pride as a human being. His people offer to General Ojukwu. I wish he would have second thoughts and inscribe his name in contemporary world history as a brave soldier and a beloved leader, instead of disfiguring the pages of Nigerian history as another political impostor and petty tyrant.
Did you hear that? That is Zeke. Nnamdi Azikiwe. Did you hear him? That Dimodimego Ojukwu was a petty tyrant. After fighting, this man was together with Ojukwu, but he now absconded and went and begged Nigeria and joined them. That is why today you don't see anything about Zeke. Shameless, useless man that God is still punishing him even while he's in the grave. Let's quickly listen and watch the story of Chinua Achebe. Chinua Achebe, a great man. A great man. That, oh my God, this one is a bit long, but God help me to be able to finish playing it. Let's go.
But it had made history. Before the war, Chinua Achebe was already a big name. His book, Things Fall Apart, it had made history. It was the first time that many people around the world saw Africa through African eyes, not from like the lens of a white author. He was already speaking up through his writing about colonialism, identity, what happens when a culture is broken from the outside, things like that. So when Nigeria entered crisis and the East said, we want to break away, Achebe did not just watch from the sidelines. He stood with Biafra. During the war, he didn't fight with weapons, but he fought. He stayed inside Biafran territory when many others fled. He watched the bombs fall. He watched people die of hunger. He watched the world stay silent. And then he wrote. He wrote poems like Refugee Mother and Child, a quiet, heartbreaking piece about a mother trying to care for her dying child with the little strength that she had left. He helped to run the Citadel Press, a small publishing house in Biafra. It wasn't about profit, it was about keeping Biafran voices alive. And he didn't just write. Achebe was also sent abroad by the Biafran government. He traveled to Europe, America, other countries to beg for help, food, medicine, anything. He sat in rooms with leaders and journalists, trying to explain what was happening. Most people didn't listen, but he kept speaking. During this time, he was also part of a small team that helped to shape the Ahira Declaration, Biafra's official mission statement. He wasn't the one who signed it, but he supported the message that the war wasn't about land, but survival, justice, dignity. He never glamorized Biafra. He knew mistakes were made, but he believed that the East had a right to defend itself after the mass killings of Igbos in the North. And he believed that it would have been wrong to stay silent. After Biafra fell in 1970, he didn't speak about it publicly.
He believed it would have been wrong to stay silent. I don't know what I have done. Oh my goodness me. He believed it would have been wrong to stay silent. How do I get myself back on this? He believed it would have been wrong to stay silent. Yeah? He believed it would have been wrong to stay silent. I have done something to this screen. I'm not able to go back to that video and play it now. What have I done? Let me see. What have I done? Oh my goodness me. All right. It would have been wrong to stay silent. That's what he believed. I need to play that to the end. I don't know. I did something to my screen and I lost that video. Stop this thing again. Each time this thing happens like this, I lose my video. What have I done?
For decades, he went back to writing novels. He edited African Writers series, helping other African voices reach the world. He also began teaching.
Okay. I think I've taken care of that. I don't know what happened there.
That she had left. He helped. During this time, he was also.
Okay. Just bear with me.
Part of a small team that helped to shape the Ahira Declaration, Biafra's official mission statement. He wasn't the one who signed it, but he supported the message that the war wasn't about land, but survival, justice, dignity. He never glamorized Biafra. He knew mistakes were made, but he believed that the East had a right to defend itself after the mass killings of Igbos in the North. And he believed that it would have been wrong to stay silent. After Biafra fell in 1970, he didn't speak about it publicly. For decades, he went back to writing novels. He edited African Writers series, helping other African voices reach the world. He also began teaching at Nigerian universities. Then in 1990, something happened. He was in a serious car accident. It left him paralyzed from the waist down. After that, he moved to the US where he taught for many years. But the war never left him. Then in 2012, 40 years later, he finally spoke. He published There Was a Country, a personal history of Biafra. In that book, he told the truth as he saw it, the pain, the starvation, the betrayal, but also the strength of the people who lived through it, and the reason why silence was no longer an option. Achebe died 1 year later in 2013. but the world mourned him like a statesman.
The world
in
won.
Nigeria, in Ghana, in South Africa, in America. Because this wasn't just a writer. This was a man who told the truth when it mattered most. He didn't wear a uniform. He didn't stand on a battlefield. But Chinua Achebe, he stood for something. And for that, he's definitely a hero. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed stories like this, please follow me. I tell them all the time.
Thank you very much. May his soul rest in perfect peace. May his soul rest in perfect peace. He say. I'll be back. Compare Chinua and Zeke, the shameless Zeke. I'll be back and we'll talk more this evening. By 7 p.m. Biafra time, we'll start the Zoom meeting for those that want these things to happen. There are so many of us that will be like Chinua Achebe. We're not going to stand on the battlefront, but we're going to make things happen and we're going to fight for Biafra. Some of us with pen, some of us on our knees, some of us supporting. But every one of us with the same mind, with the same faith, with the same belief, we will make it. We'll get the job done. Thank you, Biafrans. Ichiko Kabiama bless you. Do not let this young man behind us, Simon Ekpa, do not let him down. Let's stand on the gap for him. Let's make him proud. Let's send him on an errand because he knows how to get the job done. I love you all. Airborne.